So welcome once again and feel at home. Again, I invite you to a quick snack. Don't be shy about getting the snack. You want me to go first? We'll begin in exactly 5 minutes.
Hold me near, forever echoing you here. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, partners, clients, friends, and members of this community, thank you and welcome you once again to this occasion of the groundbreaking of the... Today we gather here in Munyonyo. Munyonyo is not a strange location. It's a location synonymous with, Kampala's ambition. Its scenic beauty tells it all, and future forward development to mark the groundbreaking of the Waterfront Hotel Apartments, Munyonyo, developed by BuildNet. In a bit, we'll be telling you who is overseeing this project, the design and construction of this development. Very strong portfolio, like you'll hear in a bit. Why Munyonyo for Waterfront Hotel Apartments is such a strategic location, and why we think this is a good deal for you. So without further ado, allow me to give his welcoming remarks and opening remarks. Allow me invite the Managing Director of BuildNet, Dr. Semaganda Ibrahim. You're welcome.
Thank you, Canary. Our esteemed customers, our bank partners, our professional architects, engineers, and project managers from South Africa, all community members of Munyonyo, and all distinguished guests present, all ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to you all. And you are most welcome to this magnificent day of groundbreaking of Waterfront Hotel Apartments, Munyonyo. So your time here, your presence here marks not only the construction of this magnificent building, but it sets a future for what is yet to be Uganda's most secure and profitable investment. So it's not just the building, it is the investment. So our customers, buyers into this project, we thank you for the trust and confidence that you have in us, in this project, in this model, the world-class standards that you have inculcated in the designs and that you're yet to implement during the construction of Waterfront Hotel Apartments. I know at an appropriate time, they'll be invited to say it themselves. So this promise, this investment, I will throw slightly some more light about it. It's unique and the first of its kind here in Uganda. It's a bank-guaranteed investment, hands-off. So I'll explain shortly what we mean by this. So in this model, unlike in the past projects, BuildNet has been in existence for nearly 15 years. And in that time, we have our goal has been to understand fully the needs of a smart investor. So we understand the pain points that the traditional real estate investment presents. These include the low return on investment, the stress you go through to manage your apartment or property you have bought, being a landlord, the stress that you go through to manage the tenant. So all that we understand, and we have found a solution to that. We have found a permanent solution to that, and that is presented in this model. So I will highlight in a very short time the key benefits and unique features about this Waterfront Hotel Apartments Munyonyo project. So in this project, we offer a guaranteed monthly rental income going all the way up to $1,900 every month for the first 3 years. What does this mean? It means that regardless of the occupancy rate of your apartment you have purchased from us, you'll be getting that fixed amount of money on your account no matter what for the first 3 years. Depending on the investment option you have chosen, you'll get that fixed amount of money. This promise is not just a promise. It's not a projection. It's not an estimate that you'll get, say, $1,900. It is a confirmation. It's a commitment. And to substantiate this offer or this promise, we back it up with a bank guarantee through our partnering banks. So a bank guarantee, to those of you who may not so well understand it, is a legally binding document that a bank issues to you, the buyer, our buyer or investor, saying that the bank will pay you a fixed amount of money, say the $1,900 every month. Should BuildNet not pay you as promised, for any reason, the bank will step in to pay you. That's what that means. So for you now, you are assured of your income. If BuildNet doesn't pay you for any reason, the bank will irrevocably and unconditionally pay you that money for the first 3 years. So that is unique, and we are the only ones in Uganda doing that. So our bank partner will have a chance to also talk about that, and to that effect, whoever has so far purchased or booked a unit here in Waterfront Hotel Apartments, they have received what we call a comfort letter from Centenary Bank, where the bank confirms that when you finish your purchase, the bank will give you, Centenary Bank will give you the bank guarantee that we're talking about. So every buyer, I'm sure, they received that letter from Centenary Bank. So that is one of the key unique selling points of this project. That figure, I have talked about $1,900 or whatever figure it is. For example, studio apartments, the guaranteed monthly rental income is $700 every month for the first 3 years. That figure translates into a powerful 8.5% return on investment in US dollars. So when you multiply that monthly income by 12 months, that is the annual return that you'll be getting from your investment. You divide it by your total investment and multiply by 100%. That's what I mean by return on investment. You'll get 8.5% in US dollars. Now that return on investment beats even other investment options, not only in real estate, such as the treasury bills and so on, in US dollars. So that, again, that guaranteed monthly rental income translates into a payback period of about 11 and a half years. You know that the traditional investment model, real estate properties, will give you back your money in about 20 years. I hope you have ever calculated that. Traditional real estate investments or properties, they will give you back your money in about 20 years. I know our sales team are there and happy to show you, to demonstrate that for you in terms of calculations, and you really confirm yourself that it will take about 20 years. Now, this investment will almost cut that into half. So you get back your money, your property will be able to pay for itself in just about 11 years. That is wonderful. And all that happens when you're not doing a thing. It's hassle-free. That's why we call it hands-off. You'll not be doing anything. You'll not be looking for the tenant or occupant for your apartment. We shall do all that for you. Now, in addition to the 8.5% return on investment, we project a 6% capital appreciation. Capital appreciation, meaning that as you are receiving the monthly income guaranteed, don't doing anything, hassle-free, your property is as well working for you silently in the background. It is growing. You are getting the monthly income while it's growing every year by about 6%. For example, if you invested about in a studio, maybe about 100,000 US dollars, in the first 1 year, it means it will increase by 6%. 6% of 100,000 US dollars is about $6,000. So after 1 year, if you chose to sell, the value of your apartment would be $106,000 after 1 year. That 6% is a standard real estate appreciation value. Actually, on our side, it's conservative. We expect ours to be higher. So after the second year, the new value, $1,600, also appreciates again by 6%, and so on and so forth. So in about 10 years, if you keep on doing that mathematically, you will see that the value of your property will have doubled almost. Meaning that if you invested about 100,000 US dollars, after 10 years, the value will be about 200,000 US dollars, doubling the initial investment. That's capital appreciation. That's another yet important benefit that you get. And most importantly of all that happens when you're not doing anything. It is zero hassle, completely zero hassle. We take care of the management and everything. These apartments are fully furnished, they are fully serviced, and fully managed for you. So the purchase price includes high-end furniture that's going to be imported from Europe. So a studio, a one-bedroom, and everything includes all the furniture, high-class furniture. So we do the servicing, we do the marketing for you through different hotel platforms, such as Booking.com, Expedia, Airbnb, and so on. So that the apartment is occupied. We service, we make sure that the maintenance, guest management, all that is taken care of for you, and for you just receive money on your account every month. So that is the value and the unique selling points about this project. So you are not just buying an apartment, but rather a turnkey investment from us. So this is what this project presents. So today marks, you invested in the future of this, and today we're going to break ground to open up the future in which you invested, and you sit back to enjoy those high returns, hassle-free. So we shall have our architects from SA, engineers, and they tell us about what they designed, which I know they put all the quality assurances in the model from the start, and they'll be doing the construction management throughout this project so that it can be able to deliver all the promises that we have made. Of course, needless to mention that in addition to the quality of the construction, the amenities, and so on, the location of this project also gives it an advantage to perform for the investors. We are located here. We have a stunning lake view down there. Even when you stand up there, you can be able to see the waters. So it means that from ground floor to first floor, all the way to 8th floor, you'll be able to see the lake very well. And this now talks to the guests who will be occupying, because your aim is money. You want to get back your money, your investment, high return. So the more it is occupied, the more you are able to get more investment. Of course, I mentioned that we are guaranteeing this fixed amount of income for the first 3 years. What happens after the first 3 years? You still would do everything that we have been doing for you, management and so on and so forth for your apartment, only that we are not tying you to that fixed amount of money. You have chances for that money to even increase depending on the occupancy of the unit, the performance of the hotel in general. So this is what we are taking care of in terms of making sure that the project is constructed to the highest standard of quality possible. Its location already was chosen rightly. It's next to Speak Resort there, meaning that the overflow of conferences, we are there today and with our architects, and we saw conferences, and we expect that the guests who overflow there, this will be the choice. Actually, in terms of quality and all that, we shall not be matched. So we shall have our team also talk about the incentive that we are giving to our different customers, those our loyal customers who have booked and those yet to book. We have an offer of some bonus, which I can briefly talk about. It's ending today, though. It has been running. So when you book today by midnight, okay, you'll be entitled to getting a 60 days free of stay incentive in the hotel. That is equivalent to about $6,000 in value. You can spread those days in 2-3 years. So you can stay in the hotel yourself. You can put a friend there or a relative, or you can even choose to get money out of it. So the value of money is about $6,000 that we are giving to everyone who books between 1st and 31st, which is 30th today, before the groundbreaking day ends. So that's our sales marketing team will be able to quickly speak about that later as we progress. So I wish to thank you for your time coming up here, and we assure you that we are to fulfill our commitment as promised, as we have always done. Tomorrow, we are handing over yet one of our projects in the traditional model, though, in Nalia. It's called Creekside Apartments in Nalia. We are having a handover ceremony tomorrow. So today we are here, tomorrow we are there to yet deliver on our promise that customers bought there. There are 44 apartments, a mixture of 1 bedroom and 2 bedrooms that we are handing over. I can see some of our clients, esteemed clients are here, like Madame Ruth, who is our loyal customer in many of our projects. She's there. Thank you, Madame Ruth, so much for your continued loyalty. So he's here tomorrow. She'll be there to get the keys for her apartments. So we promise and deliver. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you the very best. We are here to answer any questions that you may have at the appropriate time. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Semaganda. And like I said earlier, this is the first of its kind in Uganda, this new model of investment. But to talk about the design concept, material, and finishes, allow me to invite the architect team from South Africa to just give an overview on that. And as you prepare your questions or comments, whatever you want to ask, we'll also hear from the engineering team. So at this moment, let me invite the architect team.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's really exciting to be here. We're actually on site, and I can see mud. This is a step forward for us. I'll give you a brief introduction. My name is Thomas. I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa. We have a practice in Johannesburg, and we've just opened one up in Cape Town. We've been in the industry for 30 years. My partner, unfortunately, couldn't be here for other work commitments. He's been in the industry for 35 years. So collectively, between him and I, we've got about 80 years work experience, a lot of stress, a lot of headaches, but a lot of successful projects that we're quite pleased about. I just want to get through, just to give you just so you can see our work portfolio. If you can just go to the next page. This is just, no, it's slide 14, please. We'll get there. How we involved in the project is we were approached by BuildNet last year to come together and give BuildNet something exciting and something quite fresh. We were very excited because the site was challenging. We were very excited to work in Uganda. We love the Ugandans. We think you guys are amazing. And we were appointed, and we are now finished the design, and we're very excited about it, and we think you guys are going to be very excited about it. Our company we've been very fortunate that we have designed over the last 25 years. We've been involved in various projects. When Frankie, who's my partner, started working together when we were early 20s, we still had hair. We were involved in OR Tambo International Airport. We've been involved in hotels in the Red Sea. We've done Melrose Arch in Johannesburg. We've done hotels across Johannesburg, South Africa. We do a lot of commercial. We do a lot of industrial. We've got a strong staff component that we rely on heavily. We've got good staff, and we're able to deliver this project. So the key thing for us coming to have a look at this site was to utilize the site to its full potential. The site is quite tight. The key factor for us was to give something that has a longevity in terms of design, utilize the site as best possible, and also to ensure that the engineering and safety aspect of the building is paramount. So our objective over the next 24 months is to be involved in this project. We've got construction oversight from Johannesburg. We've got construction managers that will be coming up and inspecting. I and my partner will be coming up and down to Uganda to ensure that what we've designed is built. We've given high-spec finishes throughout. We've also made sure that we are using the correct design to give you the most amount of design for the right amount of money. So we're trying to stretch the budget as much as we can for an overall effect and a building that stands. So the test of time. So in 25 years, I want to be able to come here, see the building, and it still looks good. So during the course, we have now gone through full council submission. The council has approved it. We've had a great working relationship with the council. The architectural component has been approved. The engineering component of the building has been approved. And moving forward now, we're here today. So where you all sitting is the basement. So in 6 months' time, you won't be able to sit here because there's going to be columns and cars, hopefully. Quite exciting. Also, we're not going to get sunburn sitting in the basement because there'll be a slab above your head. So the projected timeline is 24 months. That's what we're holding everybody to. We're going to break ground now. So coming out of the ground, we're expecting 4 to 6 months. So in about 8 months' time, we should see the skeleton of the building up. The engineering aspect, I'm not going to go into too much detail, as Will needs to talk to that element. But I'll just run you through the building. So as we're sitting here at the moment, this is the basement, the one entry basement into the building. We're going to go up a little bit further to the ground level, which we've called, and that's another basement parking. From the basements, we're able to get into the first floor. The first floor is the communal area where we've got a restaurant, a business facility, a gym, there's a concierge desk, there's a swimming pool. So that whole first floor is a communal area for everyone to utilize. You need a meeting, you can book at the business center. You want to get something to eat, there's a restaurant. You want to sit at the pool, gym, it's all taken care of. From the concierge on the first floor, we then go up 7 floors. We've got 49 units, studio apartments, 1-bedroom apartments, and 2-bedroom apartments. The top floor has got 4 penthouses. The lift access, fire escapes, so we've gone to great care to ensure that we are absolutely correct in all legislation and stuff like that. And then in terms of the finishes, we're going for a contemporary design, what we'd like to call the contemporary design look. High-end finishes. We've got balconies that you access from bedroom, depending on apartment, of course. But each unit does have a balcony that we can walk out to. It's open plan kitchen, entertaining lounge area. Each bathroom has got high-end specs and finishes that have been spec'd. The design, I think, is fantastic. I'm really excited to see this building go up now. I think the other thing just to keep into account is how well we've utilized the site. Most rooms will have views from the 3rd floor up, which is great. Let's try to think if I'm missing anything else. Yeah, so that's basically, that is the overall thing. I'll run through the slideshow now and just show you some of the pictures. But what we're trying to achieve in this building, and is paramount for us as professionals, both the engineer and from the architectural side, is that what we have designed is actually built at the quality that we are expecting. So that for us is key. And that is what we're going to ensure in the next 24 months, that we will be coming up and down to ensure that that is what's happening, that we are on track with the budget, that we are on track with the timelines given, that we deliver a product that we've put our names behind. It's very important for us in establishing a relationship with BuildNet and hopefully doing more work in Uganda. This is just a brief overview of some of the projects that we've done over the course of time. Our speciality is residential, high-rise, student accommodation, commercial. We are the designers for L'Oreal International for Sub-Saharan Africa. So we come with quite a diverse portfolio and a very active client list in Johannesburg and Cape Town. Also, we are busy dealing with a client in the Netherlands. We're about to go into a retail project across the Netherlands, which should start early next year, which we're also quite excited about. Can you go to the next page? This is just some of our work finished. That's a high-rise building that we did in Johannesburg, and this is the we're getting there. Next slide. This is all our work we've done. While we're waiting for the next slide, there's no questions or anything anyone wants to ask. Here we go. Here is the project, the aerial view of it. We are currently sitting underneath this area over here. The swimming pool is just above me to the left. So as I described, the two entrances in, basement entrance, ground floor entrance. This area over here with the swimming pool is the first floor with the public areas, the restaurant, business center, and the gym. Okay, next page. These are just the elevation views for you. Again, it's a contemporary look. We've got the glass balustrading. The idea is that you open up the sliding doors, you inside, outside kind of feel. We wanted to achieve as much of the views as possible. We've also been quite careful about the long-term building maintenance and making sure that what we've designed is manageable going forward. Okay. These are just the views. This is as you're coming down this road over here, this is what the view of the entrance to the building would be. Like I said, we are sitting in the basement over here. This is the pool area on the first floor. Great to have a little bit of a relax, and you can go and get cocktails and food at the restaurant, which is over here. This is the business, what we like to call lounge, which is where you can sit, take informal meetings. This does look outside onto the first floor area and onto the pool deck. This is the concierge as we come up the lifts from the basements. From here, you can have visitors directed to your rooms, and any personal deliveries and things will be collected over here. The lift is behind the concierge. You then go up into your required floors. Just go to the next slide, thanks. These are just design elements. This is what the restaurant is starting to look like. That's the bar area, coffee station, the sitting area in the restaurant. This is the gym that overlooks onto the pool area. And this is the business lounge area where you can book meeting rooms. There is workstations available, Wi-Fi, charging, and telecommunications centers would be, sort of conferencing would be allowed for set up. So you could have meetings internationally sitting in Munyonyo. Next slide. These are just the layouts of the rooms for everyone to see. The studio apartment, one-bedroom apartment, the two-bedroom apartment, and the penthouse apartment. These are just the anticipated finishes that we are looking at using. They are high-end finishes, tiled throughout, our balconies, open plan kitchen areas into lounge, so seamless flow, and you're able to get in as much natural light as possible and also have views looking out. The 2-bedroom obviously is a little bit bigger, and the penthouse is the cherry on the top with the kitchen, cooking islands, lounge, your 2 bedrooms, balcony access, and ensuite bathrooms. Thanks. These are just some of the views of the internal rooms, so you can see. This is the lounge area over here, TV unit. We've got some wall cladding to add warmth, the timber wall cladding to add warmth. We've got stone tops. Being able to walk out onto your balcony over there, as you can see. So the design is very contemporary and modern, and like I've said, has got longevity in terms of design aesthetic moving forward. The bedroom unit over here, that's the headboard. We've cushioned behind over there so that to give it a element of elegance and luxury. That's just the TV unit in the bedroom. So lying in your bed, you see you've got a little server. We brought the timber cladding from the lounge into the bedroom so that the language is carried through in the whole unit. Again, I've dropped it into the kitchen over here, the stone top, and that same paneling over there, just to tie the whole unit and design language together. Thanks, next one. And that's us. That's the building in a nutshell. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Ibrahim? No, I'm sure everyone's having a good time. I won't take much of your time, and then we can have questions for, I'm sure everyone's quite excited to hear from Dr. Ibrahim and ask him some questions. But thanks, Doctor, for hosting this event. I think everyone appreciates you putting in all the effort here. And yeah, it's an honor and a privilege to present this exciting development. Just a bit of an introduction. My name's William Radling. I'm the projects director for Astrata Engineering, one of 3 directors in the group. Collectively, we have about 30 employees that are based across South Africa and various parts of Africa. Personally, I'm a professionally registered civil and structural engineer in South Africa. And based on that, I will be the technical lead from the engineering point of view in this project. But of course, it doesn't just take one person to design a project like this. There are various engineering disciplines involved. If you want to go through to the next slide for me, please. Just a quick overview of some of our key projects that we've finished off. Just to highlight 2 in particular. This project down here was a new multi-story development and aquatic center in Johannesburg, South Africa. That project came runner-up in 2023 in the South African Steel Awards. So that's quite an honorable achievement. And then this one over here is our flagship development, which was done in the Kruger National Park in South Africa. In 2023, that project won one of the top 15 new resort developments in the world. So that was quite an exciting one. Jump onto the next slide for us, please. So I mentioned that obviously there's various engineering disciplines involved. I won't introduce each one, of course, but if you are on site during the duration of the project, you will meet these guys. There's myself, structural, and there's civils, geotechnical, mechanical, wet services, fire, electrical. Each of these guys, again, are professionally registered professionally registered engineers in South Africa. On to the next slide, please. Just a quick overview of where we are operating in Africa at the moment. We're very excited to add Uganda to the list. It will be our first project in Uganda. But yeah, we involved West, Central, East, and Southern Africa. We actually have offices just over the lake here in Mwanza as well in Tanzania. And then in Solwezi in Zambia, we've also got an office. But yeah, we are very involved in the African market. To the next slide for us, please. All right, I think if anyone was here in the previous presentation we held, we went into quite a lot of detail on the technical aspect of the project. I think we'll just keep it brief at this point. Obviously, everyone's more excited for the construction now that we're here than the actual design part of it, which is the part of the process which is finished. This is just a snapshot of the engineering model. We use cutting-edge software called ProConsumo, and this actually simulates every type of loading condition that you get, whether it be seismic, wind, live loading. So basically this model takes into account every possible element to ensure the structural rigidity of the building. Obviously the building has to stand, but another critical aspect for us is when it comes to finishes, obviously you guys are paying a lot of money to make sure you have nice tiling and beautiful painting. We don't want any cracking in the building, so we go through the utmost effort to reduce settlement, deflections, so that the building is stable and it basically ensures the longevity of all the finishes in the building. I'll go through to the next slide, please. Okay, so again, I won't go into detail, but these are the key technical aspects that we consider as part of the engineering design. It's your soil conditions. You'll see with obviously we've broken ground, it is quite a clayey area. So there's intensive civils and raft foundation designs that have gone into this project. We have to consider the seismicity. It is quite a seismic area here in Uganda. Sway under wind loads. You know, we're not dealing with a single or double story building here. It's 10 floors in total, so we need to make sure that the wind loads are adequately resolved. And then, of course, the weight of the structure under full occupancy. All right, we won't go into detail, but basically the building, it's not a brickwork building. It will obviously be cladded in brickwork, but it's constructed of a concrete frame. And I think Tom mentioned it in terms of program, we're aiming for the first 3 to 4 months to get out of the ground with a swirl raft and then a concrete raft, and then after that the concrete frame will go up. So that's what that model shows. That basically everything you can see there is your structural elements. We've got shear walls to resolve the seismic and wind loads, and then we've got all our structural columns as well. So the picture you see there is what we plan to accomplish in the first 8 to 10 months. Once that shell is up, then all the cladding and finishes can go in. All right, just a couple of snapshots from the design models. It shows your stress analysis, which we then use to design all the concrete sizing and reinforcement. You can go through to the next slide. There is a bit of a play function. We thought it would be interesting to see how the building performs. If you can press play there. I'm not sure if the computer's compatible. So there's just an example of, it's magnified 100 times, so don't get worried. That's not what the building will actually do. But it shows you how the building reacts under wind loads, just to show you the type of technical level that these design programs go into. All right, I think just an overall analysis, for a 10-story building, your limiting sway is at about 0.5 meter. That's what it's allowed to sway right on top. You don't feel it because obviously it's progressive as you go up, but we've limited in this project to 100 millimeters. So we within 20% of the overall code allowance, and that's according to the Ugandan and South African codes. Okay, so I think Tom mentioned it. All our construction documentation has been issued. It is a requirement of the Ugandan local council that all engineering documentation is brought up to construction level prior to approval. That has gone through the process of verification by a local engineer as well as the local council. So everything has been checked, approved. The set of drawings have been issued. So basically the contractor can go full swing ahead with all the disciplines. I've obviously spoken about the civil and structural side, but just to quickly touch on the other disciplines, they're not my discipline. So mechanical, each room will be mechanically ventilated. So that means there's aircon in the suites, there's aircon in the rooms, with the compressors on the roof, so it doesn't cause any disturbance. From an electrical point of view, the municipality has approved and supplied a medium voltage connection to the property. We've got a transformer then that converts that into low voltage as per the requirements for residential. In addition to that, we will have 2 generators on site. One will be immediate backup with an automatic switch if the power goes out, and then the second one is a backup generator. So essentially, there'll always be power, electricity in this building. And then from a fire point of view, all the fire regulations have been catered for in terms of escape stairs, there's fire hose reels, there's backup water supplies, there's signage. All those requirements have been checked and signed off. So from a mechanical, electrical, fire point of view, that process has also been carried out. And I think just to reiterate what Ibrahim and Tom have mentioned, Our commitment to this project isn't just the design. We know the design's good, the design works, but our commitment is also to ensure that the design gets built on site. So our agreement with the doctor is that, you know, the relative discipline, whether it's civil, structural, mechanical, electrical, during that phase of the project, there's a continuous presence on site, checking the contractor's works and signing off each stage of the project as it goes, so that there's a level of reinsurance by the end of the project that we can sign off and that BuildNet have a good quality product. I think that's it from an engineering point of view. I'm not sure if there's any questions for me while I'm up here, otherwise I'll hand over to the doctor again.
So let's continue this. We're going to hear from the bank partners with us here today, and they're going to talk about the bank guarantee, what that even means, why it's of a big advantage, and also comfort-related details.
Thank you so much. Protocol observed. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Aida Najemba. I work as the team leader, Centenary Bank and Tinda branch. I'm with my colleague, Cyprian Tumwesije, the business manager, credit, Centenary Tinda branch. I request him to first speak about the guarantees before we proceed.
Thank you, Aida. Protocol observed. Good afternoon. Our partner BuildNet, we have an arrangement to issue guarantees to the customers. Before we issue the guarantees, once you pay 20% to BuildNet to book an apartment, we give you what we call rate of comfort. Our rate of comfort states that once you complete payment up to 100%, we shall issue a bank guarantee. A bank guarantee is a document that assures you of your payment. We shall be giving a guarantee of 1 year but renewable for 3 years. Should BuildNet, we commit, should BuildNet fail to pay you any installment in a month, once you write to us, we don't even consult him, we pay you. That is the meaning of the guarantee. That is the assurance we are giving you. Also, if you have deposited 20% and you have insufficient cash flows to complete the payment up to 100%, we have an arrangement so we can give you mortgage loans at a fair pricing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That is about the guarantees. As you've heard, we are ready to pay in case BuildNet doesn't pay you. That is the partnership the bank has entered with BuildNet, and we thank Doctor for giving us this opportunity to serve in this partnership. We thank you, all the partners, and we congratulate you, BuildNet, upon this special occasion, which is a milestone for us as a community, us as Ugandans, because with the arrangement BuildNet has, it is the first of its kind. We thank you so much and congratulate you.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oh my God, it looks morning. Sorry. Good afternoon. Mariam is my name, Marketing and Communication, Salam Bank, the very first licensed Islamic bank in Uganda.
Thank you, Mariam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wow. Hope I'm visible enough. You know, I have small eyes, so I'm sorry. Back to the point. My name is Dori Umar, the Relationship Manager at Salam Bank. On behalf of Salam Bank, first of all, I want to congratulate BuildNet to reach this milestone. For us being here on behalf of Salam, we don't take it for granted, but we appreciate for bringing a new model within the new market. First of all, before you proceed any further, I thank you for that you come up with a new model. So you're also presenting a new model to the market, where we are bringing to Salam Bank. As Salam Bank, we are the first fully fledged Islamic banking in Uganda, where we offer products that are Sharia and compliant. When you talk about Sharia, what does it speak to? It's speaking, Sharia is all about fairness. Doing business together where both of us are earning. We are not just a bank that have been in the market, like any other bank that have always offering products. For us, we are bringing solutions where we're going into a partnership to enable you business. When we talk about partnership in doing business, that's where it translates to, it's the only bank where you can only say, we have done business together, this month I've made a loss, and they will accept it. We have a range of products that enables us to serve you better. That does not only stop us from under that partnership, where we talk about Mudaraba, that's mostly you are speaking about the profit sharing. Then we have other options that the diminishing msharaka, we have Murabaha, you may hear phrases like Ijara. They are not complicated as much, and we didn't want to dilute the meaning. That's why I maintain its originality by maintaining the Islamic way. You know, for us, in any change, you may dilute the meaning. But however, we are here promising our customers. We came into partnership on this event to enable you acquire an apartment that is going to enable you earn an income. It's just not only an investment, it's only investment that is fully guaranteed that you will not have a loss involved in it. So as Salam, we are here. You just reach our desk. We are situated at the Rwenzori Courts, ready to serve you. There is no any other hidden fees. You know, when you talk about mortgages, most of the people, they always talk about arrangement fee, admin fee. For us, or when we talk about Sharia compliant, you will not find all those associated charges. So be ready to serve with us. Your investment is directly tailored to the product you are buying. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Do we have other bank partners here? All right. Okay. I'll invite now the team from BuildNet to speak to us about the incentives available. Like Dr. Alia said, also re-echo the midnight thing that Doctor talked about.
So like Doctor had talked earlier about the incentive, we are offering a 6-day stay in the hotel. If you like book within this time that we talked about, it means in your contract, in addition to the 14 days that are offered per year, you will be added more 20, because the 60 are stretching in the guaranteed period of 3 years. Meaning in those days, you can choose to stay there yourself or maybe get someone and that person pays you, but we will still pay you for that time because those days are an offer. And also for someone who probably gets a client for themselves, you can get a client to stay in for those days that you offered, and then that client can give you that money, and also we go ahead to pay you because that, like we said, it's an offer that actually adds up to close to $6,000. So probably that is what we can talk about, that offer in regards to Waterfront Hotel apartments. Thank you.
Thank you, Eve. All right. I think we should get into the questions, because I see there's a lot that needs to be explained. In case you have any questions, I think this is the moment. But also, the team is here in case you want to book. The team from BuildNet, you see them branded in the shirt, in case you want to book. Before we get into the ceremonial groundbreaking, I would like to entertain questions at this point. Any questions? You had one earlier.
To Doctor. Again, thank you for the invitation. My question is about the income. Is the income gross or is it net? And if it's gross, what is taxes it is subjected to? Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Our esteemed client, one of the investors here at Waterfront Hotel Apartments, Mr. Joseph. Thank you so much. So I hope you have heard his question, whether the income guaranteed is gross or net, and any taxes associated. So my response will be simple. So the guaranteed monthly rental income that we promise you that we shall be giving you every month is net, free of all expenses or charges. It will be on your account. Yes, $700, for example, will be on your account, net, for the first 3 years. Then, now about the tax component, now that one you will manage, that's the money that we shall give on your account. $700 every month, or $1,050 for one bedroom every month to you. Now, we leave you to deal with the taxman on your side, but it will go on your account without charging you the management fees, all expenses, all that will be free of that money. The money will be free of those charges. Thank you.
Number one, I mean, what happens after the 3 years have passed? And then number two is that when we see the maths and all the projections you've done, and you clearly said it earlier, that they're actually conservative estimates. I've seen the more detailed presentation where the estimation is that each room is going for, the studios are going for something like $60 per night. We know Munyonyo right there. We know this area that we're in. We think that that is actually a low fee, and it's very easy for this fee to go up. But the projection and the guarantees are all on that estimate. And so what happens when the value of the units is higher than that in terms of income? What happens if the occupancy is more than the 15 days estimated 50%, okay? What then happens from there onwards?
Thank you very much, Dr. Dennis, our esteemed customer again. So there are two questions in one. The first one is, what happens after the first 3 years? I will reiterate my explanation earlier. So what happens after the first 3 years? We all understand that for the first 3 years, we have guaranteed monthly rental income. Depending on which unit you choose, if it's a studio, you're guaranteed $700 per month for the first 3 years. And by the way, that guaranteed income for the first 3 years, when you calculate it, you have got back about 25% of your investment. I will need to emphasize that. For the first 3 years, the guaranteed monthly rental income for whatever unit you choose is equivalent to 25% of what you invested. It means then that in the fourth year going forward, you are only looking for 75% of your investment. Very awesome. Okay, now to the question of what happens. So after the first 3 years, we shall continue to do everything that we have been doing for you in the first 3 years. That is to manage for you everything. You will not have any stress. We shall do everything. The only thing that changes is one, is that we are no longer fixing the amount of money that you'll be receiving on your account as $700, which is accurate, your advantage, because like you said, it is the first 3 years that are more important. When the hotel has just settled for the first 3 years, the occupancy is not yet stable. We are taking that security for you in the first 3 years. The first 3 years are critical. So there you are assured. Now, after 3 years, with intensive marketing, this magnificent look and feel of the hotel, the occupancy is expected to even go higher. So what does that mean to you? It means that you will have higher chances of getting more money on your account. So we shall be transparent. In the contract, actually, it is stated we shall be giving you audited books of accounts. So you'll be knowing everything going on in the hotel in terms of performance, what occupancy, and all that. So that's what happens. So in short, you will be getting either $700 that you have been getting in the first 3 years, or most likely more. Sometimes it could be less. So in other words, you are not guaranteeing forever, because for sure, with all honesty, there's no, if someone ever tells you that I'm guaranteeing this for life, then that won't be a liar. So at least many of the real estate investment offerings don't even offer even a single month guarantee of your rental income. We are offering 3 years. We have benchmarked this model all over the world, in Dubai, USA, Europe, and everywhere. South Africa itself, our architects and engineers know. So the best offer that ever we have seen personally one can guarantee only up to 3 years because of uncertainties in the future. But at least you are sure that 25% of investment is back. So, but most likely you are likely to get more after 3 years. Doctor mentioned that yes, this projection of the 3 years or sort of the guaranteed monthly income is based on about 50% occupancy. Let me illustrate this briefly if you don't mind. So for example, a studio apartment, we are guaranteeing $700 every month. We project this at 15, we calculate at 15 days occupancy, that's 50%. These are short-term stay apartments. So we project a 15-day stay occupancy. So if you divide $700 by 15 days in a month, you'll get about $46. When you add any maintenance management costs on that, add 40% markup or other maintenance costs, it will come to about $60, $70, as he rightly said. Now, $70 every month is what we need to charge the occupants, the guests, in order for us to break even, to get your $700. I don't know if the mathematics is too complicated. Is it too much? Should I break it down slowly? Because that's my passion, numbers. So, yes, my hobby there, we used to enjoy the numbers with him, Mr. Henry Muchimbiri. So, $700 divided by 15, you get about 46. Add 40% markup for 40% for maintenance. What it comes to about $70. So if we charge $70 every day to the guest, we shall get about 70 times 15 is about $1,050. $1,050. Now, for you, we have to give you $700. So the $350 caters for the maintenance, the people, the staff working in the hotel to manage this, marketing and so on. That one is catered for. And any management fees in there. So it means if we charge $70, we are safe. You don't have to go to Centenary Bank for them to pay you, because the $70 here is manageable. Benchmarking at Speak Resort Hotel Munyonyo, there, I think their standard room goes for about $180 per night. Standard room. And the standard room cannot be compared with a studio apartment here. Last time when with our professionals, Thomas and William, we had a chance to go and tour around those hotel apartments and their studios. They still recall. So we are trying to benchmark, and I jokingly asked them, how do you compare this and what we are going to deliver there? They said no, not comparable. Ours will be much better. Now, if on quality basis alone and the amenities within will be better, then why would a guest not go in for a $70 studio apartment here and go in for $180 in a walkable distance here? So logically, we expect that we shall have occupancy here. So what does that mean then to you, the investor? It means if the occupancy goes higher, first of all, it means that we are safe with our promise of $700 per month, and so for other units. That's one. So even when we charge more, later we can charge more, maybe $100. This now caters for other seasons where the occupancy may be lower. As you know, hotel business, it is off-season and high peak. Christmas time, Easter season, and all those are high peak. Now, there are those seasons where a little bit the occupancy may be lower. So if we can charge higher than $70, we are safe. We can cover up any shortfalls in other seasons. So, and so it's the same applies to occupancy. So now, now later after this 3 years, you enjoy So for the first 3 years, we fixed it at that. We took out the risk. High or low for you are getting that, which is reasonably okay. Now, after 3 years, if the occupancy is higher, as it is expected to be, definitely you'll get more than this $700 or the guaranteed monthly rental income. Hope I have answered the question, Dr. Dennis. But we are available to clarify any further inquiries about the same. There's a question from Mr. Joseph there. Oh, Madam Ruth, meanwhile, you can also ask, as Mr. Joseph also.
Yes, mine is a short one, and I think it goes to the bankers. Okay. If we are guaranteed of 3 years income, why do we have to write to them every year? They should give us a straight thing for 3 years. And the second one is on, they talked of a good arrangement for people who might not get the money. What is that arrangement? Let them give us more light on that. Thank you.
All right, I think it goes back to our bank partners, Centenary Bank, Madam Ida and Mr. Cyprian. Thank you, Madam Ruth, for your question.
Thank you very much. The guarantees, some of the bank products, they are predetermined, and usually the policies are in place and approved by the regulator. So the current regulation in place, a guarantee is supposed to be for 1 year. So this one is a unique case. It would require us to present it to the regulator to first adjust, and we may not have that time. But it is flexible, we shall be renewing. About the rate, our standard rate for a dollar rate is the prime is 14%, reducing balance. But we are in negotiations with BuildNet to see how we can have the best. We have not yet finalized it, but we are still in the negotiations with the top management to have a better rate for all of you, below the minimum rate that we are having currently. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cyprian, from Centenary Bank, for addressing the 2 questions from Madam Ruth.
Thank you very much. My name is Wilberforce. I run a company called Credo Management. We do property management and agency. My question is around tenure. What's the tenure system for the units? And also, what's the arrangement for non-Ugandans that want to buy into the project vis-a-vis the tenure? Thank you.
Thank you, Fred, for the 2 questions. I'll start with the first one. What is the tenure for these units here in Waterfront Hotel Apartments? Tenure, just to those who may not understand the terminology, refers to the type of land title. Is it milo land? Is it lease? And so on, or freehold. Those are some of the tenures available in the Ugandan laws. So milo land is land that you own, we would say, forever. You are not leasing, you're not paying those usuls. So this property is milo land, private milo land. Okay, the title is private milo land, the tenure, meaning that you own this title, and therefore the condominium titles that are referring to the units are also private milo land, meaning that you own the property forever. You pass it to your children, grandchildren, and so on for hundreds of years until maybe the laws change in Uganda. So that's the first question. The second question is, how do the non-Ugandans own these properties here? Now, according to the current laws of Uganda, milo land can only be leased to a non-Ugandan. So this means we have actually buyers already here who are non-Ugandans. So the workaround about that is that you get a lease agreement, like you get a lease for even up to 99 years when you are leasing there. So this unit, the title, a lease is registered on it as you are the leaser, you are the one leasing, you are owning it for 99 years. So I think that is as good as being a private mile land owner. 99 years of lease, renewable. So that's how we go about it. But you have full ownership of the rest of the thing, and you enjoy the rest of the benefits from the unit as though you were Ugandan. Thank you. Mr. Joseph had a question. I think we got.
Thank you, Doctor. Your response now expanded my question. If this is a hotel apartment, then it falls into tourism. Then it's a different regulation. So we as owners now, what taxes shall we pay? Are we going to pay rental income, or are we going to pay taxes in the tourism sector? I'm not clear on that one. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph, for your question again. So, first of all, the assurance that you cannot pay both, because that in law they call it double taxation. So you'll not be subjected to double taxation. They cannot tax you for rental income or property tax income, then tourism tax, whatever. But tourism, to be now clear on that, it is the hotel itself as a whole that is obligated to pay those taxes as a tourist. So that's part of the management costs that are paid by the hotel management. So you as the owner of the unit, you will not even feel that at all. So it goes back to property ownership and taxes related to that. So it will not be tourism tax.
Mine is about the guarantee. I didn't get well the banker from Centenary.
Okay.
At what level are we supposed to have guarantee? Because he was talking about at the end of paying the whole amount.
Okay.
Is it at the time of paying the 20% or after completing all the 100%? That's when the guarantee works.
Okay. Thank you, sir, very much for the question. I'll clarify on that on behalf of Centenary Bank for purpose of time. So the offer is the guarantee. BuildNet, again, promises, commits contractually to pay you a fixed amount of money, say $700 for studio every month for the first 3 years. That is, we sign a contract, and that is clearly indicated in our contract with you. That's the first assurance you have. On top of that, the bank comes in to also issue a bank guarantee confirming the same, that should, in any event, should BuildNet fail to pay you for any reason, that guaranteed amount of money, the bank will step in to pay you. Now, at what stage is the guarantee issued? When you pay 20% or even less, we have even made arrangements even before 20%, we give you what we call a letter of comfort. The bank gives you a letter of comfort. The letter of comfort is simply confirms that should you, when you finish paying the 100% to BuildNet as per the purchase price contract, the bank will then issue you the bank guarantee. So in short, when you pay the initial amount of money up to 20%, for example, you get that confirmation from the bank, confirming that they will give you the bank guarantee. But the bank guarantee is issued to you after paying the 100%, because it's at that point that you're now entitled to start earning from your invested unit, the monetary rental income. Hope. Is that clear, sir? Not so clear. Please give him the mic again.
Paying the 700, is it going to be at what level? At the time when I have completed 20%, or you are going to start paying that when I've paid 100%?
Okay. His question, I think, is clear also. So at what stage do you start earning the $700 guaranteed, right? Yes, you start, precisely speaking, you start earning that after full purchase price at 100% payment. Then you are entitled to start earning that amount of money, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Vivian here from Credo. I just had a question. What if I don't want BuildNet to manage for me for the first 3 years? What if I have someone who is willing to occupy for the first 3 years and they're willing to pay maybe probably $1,000? Is that allowed? Or what if I want to occupy it myself?
Thank you, Lillian, for the question. So, okay, this waterfront hotel apartments model, unlike the traditional model where the one we are going to hand over tomorrow, for example, Creekside Apartments in Naria and others, this is a fully furnished, fully serviced, and fully managed by us. So the disadvantage of allowing individuals to manage for themselves some units, like you have 49 units in the project, if, say, 5 individuals want to manage for themselves. So the problem with that we have discovered over our 15-year past experience is that the clients you to manage for, so you may not be able to meet the standards that we want to set for the hotel. For instance, you may meet it, your neighbor may not. A guest checks in, just a simple scenario, a guest checks into your apartment, unit number 9, and checks out after 3 days. Now, the person, because I'm sure you will not be able to be on site every time, you may have someone to do that for you, but the reluctancy, the standard, you want to set world-class standard. So they may, for example, remove the bed sheets used and put them in the corridor, in the walkway. Maybe they think they'll do it later. You know, that kind of reluctancy. Now, the guest in the next unit comes and finds such in the corridors. We are managing for the other 40 clients, 9 are managing for themselves. So now, the guest from the other units we manage, the impression they will get, just finding this other simple example, will not be good, and they will rate us badly, wholly as Waterfront Hotel Apartments. So that will now spoil the name. So that's why we decided that now for this particular project, let's have uniform management and world-class management, madam. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, from your analysis,
yes, sir,
you said that if you get your money for the first 3 years, you would have got 25%.
Perfectly so.
Of your investment.
Sure, correct.
Would that also mean that if you've paid 75%, you can forgo the $700 for 3 years and you get full payment after 3 years? In other words, if I paid 75% and for some reason I cannot pay the other 25%, can I forgo my dues in the first 3 years so that it can cover the other shortfall?
Okay. Question well understood now. Brilliant question, sir. He's asking if he has paid us 75% of the purchase price up the time of the project is completed and ready to now start earning income. So I have said that in the first 3 years, when you calculate the income you're going to get guaranteed, it's equivalent to 25% of your total investment. Okay? And right, so just a simple demonstration to understand this very well. So a studio apartment earns you $700 every month. Times 12, that is $8,400 a year. Times 3, that is 25,200 US dollars. Divide that kindly, Mr. Joseph, now that you are good at numbers. For us, divide by the purchase price of the studio, which is 99,000 US dollars. Then multiply the result by 100%. $0.25 something. So that's before you multiply by 100. Kindly multiply that by 100% to convert it to a percentage. Point something. 25.5%, almost 26%. So it means in the first 3 years, when you have your document from the bank, you are sure what you invested, 25 or 26% is back to you, sure deal. What you are looking for is now 75% or 74% of your investment. That's a unique, not anywhere in Uganda. Agreed, I think. No one has that offer here in Uganda. We are proud for that. So now, he's asking back the question now that we have understood what he asks. So after he has paid 75% of the purchase price, he's remaining with 25% to complete his payment. Can he use the other income that is going to come in the 3 years' time, equivalent to 25%, which is we are demanding him to cover up? Isn't it, sir? Yes, I have rephrased the question rightly. He confirms. So, okay, the answer is simple. We have got it almost that. It's almost possible. How is it possible? We have Salam Bank, we have Centenary Bank around. So what we do at that stage, exciting. We shall call in our partners. This time they're not finding 80% as they were saying, just 25%. They finance that at a small cost, I believe so. So what we are paying you now, the guarantee here, you see the bank will be more than happy. Say, let's say Central Bank is guaranteeing. Itself is now the one to give the financing. Oh, Salam Bank now is the one. We just give them the other bank guarantee that, look, this bank guarantee which is as good as money. Yes, bank guarantee is as good as cash. So they will use that to do what? To give you the bank guarantee, to give you the financing for 25 at a slightly small cost. So they'll pay us the 25%. The money would have paid you every month for the first 3 years now goes to them, okay, at a slightly small fee, which we can figure out, factor in. Why a fee? Well, because of now time value for money. It's because the money of the third year, for example, is not yet with us or with them. So that's why they will put in that fee for that small time lag. But it's possible. Thank you. Now, maybe we take more 2 or 3 questions, then we go to another session. Thank you.
Yeah, I just also wanted to confirm.
Yes, sir.
That so by the time of handing over the apartment,
yes, sir,
it means that I should have finished 100%.
Well, that's the ideal. But even
yes,
if you have not,
so if I have not,
yes, sir,
because initially the information I had was from is that once I pay the 20%, I will be handed over the what, and then payment of the 700 will also continue as I complete paying the what, the 80% within 2 years. So I don't know whether I got mixed up, but that's what I had initially understood.
Okay.
But here now you are saying that the bank guarantee, for example, can only guarantee after I have completed 100%.
Okay.
So when actually I thought that once I pay the 20%,
yes, sir,
on the day of handing over, you hand over, then I have an arrangement to pay the 80% in 2 years, but I'm earning. That's what I thought. So I just wanted to confirm whether that is...
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Question understood. Let me clarify. So, okay, I think what was communicated, which needs to be clarified, is that you could pay the 20% during the construction, or now, and then you pay the other one during construction, which is said to take 24 months, 2 years. So during that time, you can pay the remaining 80%. At the end, if you have not paid the 80%, again, the apartment will be ready to hand over or to start generating income for you. At that time, you can now pay the 80% at that point, or we get it from the bank, financing banks, pay for us. So you have not paid us the 80%, but you can now enjoy the benefits for the unit at that time. How? The bank finances it, gives it to us. You have not taken it out of your pocket. And now we start paying you as you pay back. You use the same money to pay the bank at a slightly smaller fee of theirs. Hope that clarifies it a bit. So in other words, it's not that you, at completion, when you have paid 20%, you start earning without, and then you start paying the 80%. No, that is not the case. The project, like our architects and engineers mentioned clearly, and as it is in our contract, he's asking, when are we completing the project? Thomas and William, Thomas the architect, William the engineer, and us in the contract we sign with you, the buyer, clearly states that the project is going to run for 24 months, which has started today. So 24 months, it will be done. So if you schedule your payments within the same time, by the time you finish, your money will not be seated. It will start giving you money immediately.
Thank you very much.
But again, our team is available for any other questions that may not have been asked here. They are there, ready to assist now and even after here.
Thank you very much. Lukman from Unisteel. This question goes to William. The design of the hotel, it's mainly structural steel or reinforcement steel?
90% of the construction is reinforced concrete, so it's reinforcing steel. There are some elements of structural steel, particularly on the balconies with steel mullions, but most of the project will be reinforced concrete.
All right, are we satisfied with the responses? Okay, look like so. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Canary, and thank you very much. Another question? Okay, all right, thank you so much. Our audience, our customers, our partners, and everyone around, thank you for your time, for attending. We are going to the next session and close.
Yeah. All right. And this is to the Waterfront Hotel Apartments, Munyonyo. Thanks to everyone who has been part of the conversation today. We count from what, 5? All right, you may raise the knife. We count from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chiri Africa, mama. Africa, Nina. Chiri Africa, mama. Africa, Nina. Chiri Africa, mama. Africa, Nina. Chiri Africa, mama. Mama, I'm leaving for Africa. The tears in her eyes told me she'll miss her son. From Ghana to Nigeria and all the way to Somalia. Oh, Africa, here I come. Mama, I'm leaving for Africa. The tears in her eyes told me she'll miss her son. From Kenya to Zimbabwe, from Morocco to South Africa. Oh, Africa, here I come. Chiri Africa, mama. Africa, Nina. 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 up in the morning, right around 10 to. Mama made some breakfast, came to me and said, son, you need to be a man. You need to go to Africa, oh Africa. To all my brothers and sisters, we are all one. From Ghana to Nigeria, to all the way to Somalia. Yeah, mama, here I come.